nerds? Welcome to another episode of Cover Lovers, where we get to talk about this week's incentives as well as store exclusives. And we have the whole cast here on the show today. Oh my God. And we have Soundwave and Ravage making their first appearance here on the show. How you guys doing?
We are great. We are great. See, there's 5 of us. We can form Voltron.
We can.
Pretty good, man. Kids are restless this week, right before break. So life's a little chaotic, but otherwise things are good. I got myself a new toy, a brand new 1975, brand new to me, 1975 Baogram 4002 turntable, which is like
very cool.
If you were super rich back in the day, that's what you had. So treated myself to that, and it's pretty freaking amazing.
Well, Merry Christmas to you there, sir.
Talk about stylish. It's a Danish company from 1975, and if you want to see just a beautiful item, just look that thing up. It's just like just watching it work is awe-inspiring. So my art went in a different direction this week. Just looking at that as an artistic piece, but yeah. Otherwise, things are good, and looking forward to talking to you nerds for an hour and a half.
Oh, sounds good. Sounds good.
Or less.
Oh yeah.
Do it expediently.
We'll try. We'll see.
Oh, man.
All right, Jeff. What's going on, man?
Nothing. Just got back from LA, from the company Christmas party. So,
Did you see the Saturday Night Live?
No.
Last week about company Christmas parties? Hysterical.
I'll have to catch that.
Really funny.
Yeah, just got some stuff. They do some weird stuff. So this is hot cocoa.
Hot cocoa.
Nice.
So it's like it's like a beaker. It's glass.
And you put it in hot water, right?
So there's marshmallows and hot cocoa, and that's
there's white chocolate chips, some caramel or butterscotch. I don't know what it is, and some marshmallows. So
nice.
I think you pour that into a cup and do your thing. But yeah,
cup may or may not already have something else in it.
It's got a lot of sugar. That's what it's got.
Yeah,
it's got diabetes written all over
in a tube. Yeah.
Yes. I'm just chilling. It was a long, terrible, crappy drive.
Well, I'm glad you're here, Jeff.
I appreciate it.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't want to take the bus, so I drove.
Very nice. Very nice. What about you, Big Rob? How are things?
Is that a D for douchebags or a D for dicks, or what is that on your hat there?
That's what the Yankees like. But what's up, Big Rob on IG? How's it going, everybody? I'm doing well, Alonzo. I hope everybody's doing well out there on a beautiful Monday night here in America.
Nice.
Yeah, I like that. All right. And before we dive in the chat, as always, got to give a shout out to our sponsors, Cover Price. Use code Nirvana14 for 30 days of unlimited cover price for only 99 cents. And then head over to Bird City Comics for not only just store exclusives, but also for their toys and other comic books. And they do FOC, so make sure to give them a look. And you can use code word TNH10 to save yourself 10% off your entire purchase. And also Uncle Rudy, one of our team Nerd Herd Horsemen. Thank you for being in the chat and what you do for the community. Definitely appreciate you. And don't forget to give Eddie, our resident DJ, a follow over on Instagram at Beats by Monster. And as always, GT Key, what is going on over here? Look at that. First, as always, Nerdy Geek. Oh, look at that. And Deo is showing off his, or should I say Mike's, old Soundwave.
That's not mine. That is his.
Oh, okay.
That one says.
And then look at that. Uncle Rudy, what is going on? Trish, thank you for joining us, nerds. Igor, what is going on, man? Yes, we are going to have some great covers and then, some not so great covers. All right, you guys ready?
Yep.
Sure.
All right, here we go. Let's dive in to the incentives. And our first one up here is a trifecta. This is for you, Big Rob. We have G.I. Joe number 2. We have a 1 in 50 by Otto Schmidt, a 1 in 100 by Derek Chu, and a 1 in 250 by Jorge Corona.
It's the same thing as mine.
All right, Big Rob, what do you got?
They're the
Wow.
exact.
Some big numbers here. I've not been paying attention too closely lately, but first time I've seen these covers off the bat, the one that immediately stands out, it has to be the Derek Chu. That just stands out really clearly. It's beautifully done. We got what are they called? This particular type of Cobra female.
Oh, the Vipers.
No, it's not a Viper. It's no, they have a name. I forgot the name of that group. Well, I don't know. Maybe I don't
Crimson Guard.
No, I'm sorry, I can't remember at the top of my head. But yeah, it's a female. It's a female version of the Cobra Troopers. Obviously, that's just the art, the design. He's obviously, this girl's in pretty good shape. She actually speaks to her thighs. It's like she's pretty good muscular shape. I love the fire effects on it. The background, the autofocus on the background, and kind of focus on the main center piece. The G.I. Joe trade dress does not distract from the art itself.
Is that another?
So that's obviously the winner to me. 1 in 1 doesn't matter. It's 1 in 100. And if you really, really love it, just wait a little bit and you'll find it for a little cheaper price eventually. Right now it's hot probably and it's probably expensive, but just sit tight and you'll probably get it for a better price later. The Otto Schmidt is cool. It's interesting. It's very dynamic. It's action posed. It's different style, more cartoony. Nothing wrong with it, but it just doesn't look as impressive as the Chu. And the Jorge Corona 250, it's a big number. That's going to be really pricey, but it's an issue 2 of G.I. Joe, which is heavily ordered, so you might find it for cheaper. I do like what happened here. He beat the hell out of a fucking Crimson Guard. Looks like he just stuck him to the wall. I'm not sure who this character is, who has his magnetic knuckle dusters right there. It's a cool cover. Just the art on Chu is just amazing. His art level is just at a different level as the other two guys. So Chu all the way.
All right, sounds good. Oh, here we go. Igor says this. Could it be called the Cobra Valkyries?
That is correct, sir. I couldn't remember the damn name. Yeah, it's the Cobra. It's the Valkyries. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. They call me Bruce. Sorry about that. They call me Bruce. My apologies. And Cobra Valkyries is the winner. All right, Mike. What are you going on? But first, let's see that box. The day
It's
one
actually not in the greatest shape. It's complete, but it's a little like this is this is wobbly. There's a piece of tape along the top because they probably opened it that way. But I mean, otherwise it's complete. Windows in there, and then mine's in much better, tighter condition. And I've got both tapes too. I've got the Ravage and I've got the Laserbeak. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to put it in mine.
Although I think that Laserbeak didn't. One of these two didn't come with Soundwave. I think Rumble. I thought Rumble was one of the ones that came with it. I happen to have Ravage and Laserbeak, but
I thought Rumble came separate. I thought it was
Rumble was separate.
Laserbeak does come with it. He's right on the box. Yeah. I take that back. So I guess and those are the two that are in here. So.
Yeah, Rumble's separate, I believe.
I think Rumble and Ravage might have came in a 2-pack.
Yes, that's exactly right. Good call on a card. You're absolutely right, sir. Well done.
All right.
That is it.
So Mike, what's your pick?
I'm the same way. The Chu is by far superior in art. I'm not actually a huge Chu fan just because it's a little too digital for my tastes, but I mean, that one blows away the other two covers. There's no question. It's like tough and sexy at the same time, like just the right level of both. I think it's actually pretty good for him. I think it's Chu's faces that I don't particularly love. So to have a masked character here makes me like his style a little bit more, and I think it works a little bit better for this kind of a book. I think it has absolutely zero right to be a 1 in 100. And I think the 1 in 250 from Corona has even less of a right to be a 1 in 250. But yeah, I mean, I think if I just had to choose, if they were all laid out in front of me for free, then, and I can only take one, the Chu is absolutely by far the better cover. I actually think the Otto Schmidt's kind of a bad cover. I don't know exactly why, but I print anatomical mistakes, especially on, well, really on both of them as I look. But anyway, it's a little washed out too.
Okay. All right, Jeff, what do you got?
Yeah, I mean, I agree all day. Uh, going on what Mike said, Chew works for that cover because he digital has a problem with like humans, like actual people.
Mm-hmm.
It just looks, you know, too flush. It looks too just doesn't look anything other than animation.
Like a spider.
But in this case, you know, it works because it's just you know, a suit, basically. It's funny that the Chew looks like her navel is in the middle of her sternum.
Oh, yeah.
But that's probably just shadowing for her six-pack there. Yeah, the Schmidt is. I kind of agree. It's a little messy for me. I kind of don't necessarily like it either. And the 1 in 250 just looks like an A cover. So why would it be 1 in 250? It's not necessarily bad. It's just it looks like interior art. So yeah, I would go with the 1 in 100. But of course, yeah. If you really like it, I guess go after it. But
That didn't break, did it?
you know, just a suggestion, just based on what Big Rob said. I'd probably wait. You know, months down the line, that probably will be a lot less than a 1 in 100 on the day of.
No big deal.
Yeah, I'm assuming all of these are over ordered, and there's probably a bunch of store exclusives for these, so they're gonna be pretty available.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a ton of store exclusives.
For a number 2, really?
Yeah, G.I. Joe is quite a big pull-up right now, and I'm assuming the first 5 issues are probably pretty over-ordered.
Makes sense. All right. How about this one here? We got double the Ji Hung Lee. We have an Ultimate Spider-Man number 12, a 1 in 100, and a Wonder Woman number 16 at a 1 in 25. Mike, Dale, what are your thoughts on these ones? Which one
I looked at the Wonder Woman specifically and almost included it in cover fire until I realized just how small the head looks, and it's really bad. I mean, I think he even knew it and tried to add a lot of extra hair to kind of mask the fact that he drew the head too small, and it just doesn't fix it. But you know, that's a 1 in 25, whereas the other one at 1 in 100 is crazy town for a cover that's pretty pedestrian for Lee. It's good. It's sexy. The lines are nice, but I feel like a lot of the details it's just too flat for me all around. Really lazy with no background. The spider is meh. That's a fun little addition, but it's not enough certainly to get me to pay whatever the heck this will go for. They're both, well, I should say the Spider-Man is meh and the Wonder Woman's bad. So I guess if I have to choose artistically, it's the Spider-Man, but I would never, ever go anywhere near this for ratio price. I probably don't even like it enough to buy the $5 version, to be honest with you.
Oh, man, ouch. All right. What about you, Jeff? Do you agree?
Yeah, I mean, I thought I liked the Wonder Woman as well. Everything is great about it except for the face. I mean, the head. It is quite small. I mean, she's pretty buff here, and that's a pretty small ass face. So, with a lot of hair.
Not a small ass, though.
Not a small ass.
The way I like it.
No, definitely bigger than Mary Jane's. MJ looks okay. But I'm kind of with Mike. It is pedestrian.
It's a 1 in 100 we're talking about here. I mean, this should be blowing us away, and it ain't.
Yeah, at that point, just get the A cover. Yeah, skip out on the incentives. If you really like it, I guess go for it. But you should probably wait. These are, man, I don't know who's ordering 100 issues of Ultimate Spider-Man number 12.
Midtown,
Midtown.
Yeah, that's it, right?
my comic shop.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What?
I would pick the Mary J.
All right. Big Rob?
I think you'd be surprised that a lot more shops are ordering 100 issues of Ultimate Spider-Man. It's a pretty popular book right
That's crazy.
Yeah. Number 12, though?
Yeah.
Wow.
now.
All right. Maybe.
I am just because I am fresh. My eyes are fresh to both of these. I see these on a rack. I think they're okay. Nothing really wrong with them. But it's just a easy pass for both. If I had to choose, I would personally pick the Wonder Woman. I think as you guys have been a little rough on it. I could see you guys say the body's bigger than the head. A human person can grow the rest of the body, but cannot really grow the head. So you can grow your arms, you can grow your legs, grab your butt, you can grow your boobs, and it can get a pretty crazy large around your small head. So it's possible, but I get you guys' point. But I think she's still beautiful looking. It's not ugly art. I'm like, it's just a minor imperfection on scaling on the head.
I like the Nakayama better for this book, though, this week. And
I'm pretty sure it's better, yeah. But
it also looks like he's
125,
wearing...
100. No,
Sorry.
these should have been like just cover C's tops, not incentives. C is the best.
I agree.
Okay.
It does look like Wonder Woman is wearing a wig.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Or she needs to comb her hair, put some style moves on it or something. I don't know.
All right. Okay. So we have this set of Yi Hung Lee. What if we added something else and said, what would you choose between Ultimate Spider-Man number 12 and Psylocke number 2 at the same ratio?
I am a homer for Psylocke, so I'm picking the Psylocke.
Me too, Psylocke.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's shitty art.
It's just better. I think it's better art.
It is better, but if it was shitty art, I'd probably still pick Psylocke because I'm a homer for Psylocke.
Yeah, I really don't get the whole MJ thing, to be honest with you. I don't want covers with MJ on it. I don't give any fucks. I really don't.
Okay, wait. And just did you see her like claws? These are like crab claws. Look at her fingers. Look at her arm. Look at her hand. They look weird. She's like going West Side, but it's weird.
Yeah, maybe the persistence off, I guess, but yeah, it's girl with skinny long fingers, man. Hey, you might like it. You never know. So
So you guys agree Psylocke is the winner of these?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Jeff, you're quiet.
No, I take the Psylocke all day.
All right. Let's move on then to the next one. We have Sonic the Hedgehog number 75. We have a 1 in 10 by Natalie Fordrain and a 1 in 25 by Tracy Yardley. Big Rob? Or actually, Jeff. I'm sorry, Jeff. Go ahead. Take your pick.
Did we not see this 1 in 10 before?
No. This is their 75th issue, so it's their anniversary issue.
Interesting. I thought I saw this art, or it looks familiar.
You probably saw me FLC or something?
Yeah.
No, I saw it on our show when Alonzo wasn't on the show.
No
Really?
way.
No. It could have been something similar, though.
Yeah, it was similar. It had all the characters around Sonic in the middle.
Issue 50.
Yeah, maybe. I guess the 1 in 10 is just a bit much. It's a lot to look at. Don't get me wrong, I like all of the art. It's just I can't focus. It's just it's a lot. I kind of actually dig the 1 in 25 just for like the anime style, like a manga style. I mean, I like the colors on the 1 in 10, but I'm gonna take the Yardley. If I was gonna go into the comic book shop and I saw both of these and didn't know what the incentive was, I would probably pick the 1 in 25.
Okay. What about you, Rob?
Well, okay. Well, like G.I. Joe, I'm also a Sonic the Hedgehog homer, especially with the comic books. I love Sonic the Hedgehog art. I don't know what about it. The aesthetic really makes me pleased. I am a big Natalie Fordrain fan. To me, my top 10 artists the last few years. for my top 10 artists. I just love her art. I know it's more cartoony, more silly, more colorful, more kid-oriented, but I love Nathalie. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Nathalie Ford Drain. And all of you know, her books are really popular, especially the Sonics 1. And she's been doing the 1 in 10s forever for IDW, and they're always selling out. This is probably going to be, I could see this being a $40 book. It's
wow,
easily. Because the number one, they might order a little more because the 75th issue is still going to be a more expensive. It's going to go to the minimum triple value. So I love the 1 in 25. Nothing wrong with it. It gives me Cowboy Bebop.
Yep, there you go.
Vibes. That's what I'm thinking of. But it has that vibe to it. That's where I guess you see the anime manga vibe there, Jeff. It's also going to be a popular book. I could see this definitely more than $25. So good luck finding them. They'll probably get one here and there, and they'll be gone. eBay might have a few, but they'll be gone as well. So good luck.
Okay. And Mike?
I think aesthetically, I like the 1 in 25 better just because it's got a style to it, whereas the other one's just super, super busy. But I'll tell you this, again, there's, of course, they're trying to get every character on both of these covers, which I get, and that's fun. But if you want a better version of that, literally buy the B cover. It's awesome. It's like movie poster, painted looking. It's by, I'm trying to remember, I have it up here, Mauro Fonseca. It's really cool, and it blows these two away. And look, I know I do this a lot. I know I'm like, oh, buy the $5 version instead of the incentives, because honestly, if you find these in your shops on Wednesday, odds are they're not going to be all that expensive at first. I think they're going to go up later. You might be able to get the 1 in 10 for $8, $9, $10, $12, $15. 1 in 25 for $20, $25, $30. Not going to break the bank really, but they are far inferior to that B cover. Matter of fact, even the A cover I like better, which is just Sonic standing up against a big 75.
35, yeah.
Which is pretty cool too.
Someone said these are $10 books.
Then honestly, if that's all they're going to be and they stay there, I mean, the B cover blows these away. I mean, it really blows these away by like a lot. Almost worth like pulling that cover up to show people how much better it is than these two. And it does same thing. It's got all the characters in it in a much more effective, dynamic way. In my opinion.
All right, let me pull that cover up before we head on to the next one.
I'm looking at them. I already have them.
It's the Mauro Fonseca.
Yeah.
You want to show it, Big Rob?
Sure.
Surprise, a publisher doesn't put the best cover as the incentive.
Although Sonic usually does.
Yes, I do agree with that.
So
if that was me, I would buy them all, but that's just me.
So there's the A and B right there. You can see them both. But so there's the A.
Me, I pull it up. Sorry.
Which is good. There's no doubt about it. It's good. It's classic. It's like
It looks cool.
Yeah, I mean that's just a cool cover, but that's not the one. It's the B cover.
And here it is.
Oh yeah. I like this style better.
Way cooler. Much better layout, better use of space. It's got some dynamics and depth to it. Great color separation. They put the trade dress in the right place. It doesn't look busy, even though it's super busy. I don't know. And it's
so Hyper is saying that at his shop he's getting the 1 in 10 for $7.
Well, that's what it's. No, it's the cover. The A and B's, the regular ones are $7. You just
right.
On top of there, it was $6.29 because of the discount.
All right, so in Midtown you could buy the 1 in 10 for $22.50 and the 1 in 25 for $45.
Yeah.
All right.
Which means you can probably get them for close to half that at other sites on Wednesday.
Probably. Or your LCS.
Or your LCS. But again, I'd rather have the B cover. If I'm going to go back and look at it. For investment purposes, I get it. And I think the 1 in 25 is cool enough to warrant a premium. I actually really don't like the 1 in 10.
Okay.
I think it's way too busy and gives me anxiety.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe this will give you less anxiety. We have Epitaph from the Abyss, and it's number 6, not $6. Number 6, a 1 in 10 by Jay Stevens. Big Rob?
All right, hold on. Let me get good look here. All right. I love me some Wolfman. It's a 1 in 10. I wonder what's the going rate for this one. Nothing wrong with it. It's Jay Stevens' art. That's his art. That's his style. It's John Boy. It's everybody has his style, and that's what he does. He does that nostalgic vibe with a 1950 color style. Okay, it's a solid book for Jay. I see him do better, but I ain't gonna say nothing wrong about this book. This is a perfect Jay Stevens book.
Awesome. All right. What about you, Mike?
I really like this cover a lot. It's really fun. There are a couple of other really nice covers for this book too. There's a Lee Bermejo, which is really cool, and I feel like there's a third one that's even pretty good too. But this is good. And at 1 in 10, I'm assuming you're not going to really pay much more than cover price for it. And I think it's just it sort of ticks all the boxes, right? It's like just horror enough. It's just retro enough. It's just fun enough, like to be sort of stand out. I really think it's a good solid cover. I agree with Rob, not his best work ever, but definitely a good solid cover, worthy of a 1 in 10, worthy of this book, and it just feels like a book I want to pick up and open up. It just gives me that. It gives me that want, which is cool. So I think worth every penny of $10 ish.
Nice. All right, Jeff, do you agree?
Yeah, I mean it's got the trade dress, like the homage trade dress to the pre-horror stuff. I do like the cartoonish horror of it. It looks like kind of like the comic strip art style, and I dig that. So yeah, I like it. For 1 in 10, yeah, it's not a gamble. It's just you like it, just pick it up. It's not going to be too expensive. So yeah.
Sounds good. All right. Let's move on to the next one. We have the Horizon Experiment, Motherfucking Monsters #1, a 1 in 25 by Tula Lotte. All right, Mike?
I mean, I like Tula, and this is a really nice piece of art. There's no doubt about it, but it is completely uncompelling. I give zero shits about what this book is because of this cover. And I find that sometimes – I find that a lot with Lotte, actually. It's almost like she focuses too much on making it a piece of wall art and not enough on focusing on the fact that it's a comic book and that it's supposed to sell comic books. So I don't know that it really gives me any kind of a mood or a vibe or whatever. The art is great, and I really like her style. I love sort of the out of the lines kind of coloring, and I love it. I've always loved it. She's also a really sweet woman. Well worth meeting if you've never met her. She doesn't come to the States very often for shows, but when she does, it's worth talking to her. But either way, a very nice looking book that does absolutely nothing for me.
Okay. What are you, Jeff?
Yeah, it doesn't make much sense to the title. I don't like the background. Like it's just too muddled. It doesn't look like it actually fits with the rest of it. And I honestly I really like it when you can see her the faces that she draws. Yeah. And I just don't like the fact that a third of their faces is just covered with these short fingered hand. And it doesn't look right. And I mean the house looks great. I love the hair.
I was gonna say she did a particularly great job on the hair. I mean, obviously we know textures of hair is going to be very different, especially a black woman's hair, and that's really hard to capture with paint. And I think she does it here. She gives that vibe of the right texture. Sorry to interrupt you, but
you're absolutely right. She nails that. That's why she's such a great artist. But the fact is there's parts of it that I just really don't like. It's not her best at all. It's not even like in the top 50%, No. It's definitely below the 50% of her work, maybe even below 25%. This is not her best stuff. So I would not get it.
Stuff you want. That's all the porn covers, the black bag porn covers. Those are the ones you want. And I think she did the sex criminals one or two as well.
And God, I wouldn't even suggest getting the A cover because that trade dress is terrible with that art.
And it goes over what's arguably the best part of the art, which is the hair.
Yeah.
All right, Big Rob, do you agree with the gents?
This is a nice wall art for the DMV. It is boring as fuck.
For the DMV.
The
That's a
DMV,
good
damn.
one.
Okay, wow. That
Man,
hurts.
Rob comes in swinging, man.
Yeah, it's like it looks like she's waiting at the DMV. She's like, man, this is fucking line.
When am I next?
Too long.
Does this look like the tag on the side of the GMV building?
I don't know, but if the machete wasn't there, you don't know what the fuck's going on. Is
She about to get her head chopped off?
Is that a machete?
Yeah, it's a machete.
Is it a wraparound cover? Is there more to this?
I have no
Wow.
idea.
It looks like a pixie stick.
Or a connecting cover, maybe? With another, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm looking at it right now. Let me click on it, but it's boring as hell. It doesn't give me the background. This is forgettable as soon as you walk by it. So yeah, must skip it.
Lots of better Lotte. If you like Lotte, go look for other stuff. This ain't
Oh my god. All right, sounds good. Sounds
I
good.
didn't even want to say what those figures in the back look like.
Could be aliens. They're motherfucking monsters.
Yeah, apparently.
Get the cover A. At least the cover A is fun.
Yep. It is.
All right. Moving on to the next one. We got We got Batman and Robin Year 1, number 3 at 1 in 25 by Wilfredo Torres.
Wow.
Jeff?
Wow.
Jeff,
I just
all over it. Look at that.
I just did what your little
I did too, actually, now that I think
oh my
about it.
God. Yeah, this is so bad. This looks like a kid's coloring book. Honestly, this looks like the cover of a kid's
You're
coloring
being
book.
nice.
Yeah, I am. You're right. I actually am. Because the background is so terrible. Actually, the only thing that looks decent on here is actually Robin. And that's really sad.
That's really sad.
Because Robin is just, man, it looks like the Batman and Robin that's drawn like in the animation of like Scooby-Doo, the early on, like it's like the fake version of Batman and Robin. So yeah, this is no point. God, Batman needs to hit the gym, bro. No
What about
legs,
you?
no chest.
Yeah. All right, Rob.
Yeah, it looks like Batman and Robin color form. Like they just put you have like different backgrounds, and you could just put the fucking Batman and Robin. They're at the island of those giant rocks, with the big faces. What's it called?
Easter Island.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's all speaking.
Yeah, let's put Batman and Robin on Easter Island. Then we could put them in London. It's color form. It is complete utter.
God, the lightning, whatever the hell that is, that's trash too.
Yeah.
All right.
I've got two things to say. Igor, you're right, dude. So first of all, like your favorite cartoons in the first season or two, they're drawn really well. And then like season
super
6
lazy
comes around and they've hired like the C team of artists to do the animation cells. And you're like, what the fuck is going on? Like, this is really bad. I can't even follow the story. The art's so bad. You see like jagged lines, like things don't connect. There's like the colors are wrong, all that kind of thing. Like that's the way I feel when I look at this. It's really bad. But what I really want to know in all seriousness is what did this guy's portfolio, I don't know who Wilfredo Torres is. What did this guy's portfolio look like that he submitted to DC to make them go, yeah, we should let this guy draw covers. And better yet, we should give him an incentive. Like,
I bet it didn't look like this.
It couldn't have possibly. And if it did, everybody at DC needs to be fired because this is really, really bad. This isn't even good for like a kid's book A cover, let alone like a real book. I say like a real book, like essentially an adult book. Especially not an incentive. Like I wouldn't be surprised if this goes for below cover price.
It's definitely not going to be a 1 in 25. That's for sure.
I am going to say below cover price. If it doesn't go eventually below cover price over the next year, I promise everybody in the chat I'll actually fucking buy one.
Are you sure it's,
All right, you heard it here first.
Are you sure it's a 1 in 25, not a 1 in 10?
It's a 1 in 25.
So check
Yeah.
by next Christmas. If by next Christmas this book isn't worth less than cover price, I'll buy it.
It's $9 on Midtown.
So it's close. It's almost there.
Yeah. Does anybody ever remember watching that episode of Amazing Spider-Man, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, where it had that Electro villain?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
what that energy kind of looks like. It's like crappy art, you know? Oh,
Wow. Although this makes me think maybe I could be a DC comic book artist.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well done, Wilfredo. Well done. Okay.
Sorry, Wilfredo.
Sorry, Wilfredo. I know that we're never going to meet anyway, so it doesn't matter. But damn, dude.
Oh,
Mostly because no one's going to ever invite you to a Comic-Con, but that's okay.
Damn!
wow. Oh man.
Mike's
Okay.
gonna walk down Artist Alley, and Wilfredo's just gonna go, "Hey, you!"
I know. So what about this Batman? We got Batman Superman World's Finest number 34, a 1 in 25 by Vasco. I don't know. Big Rob, you wanna help me out?
Georgiev?
Georgie? Yeah.
Georgiev.
Yeah.
What is
Gorgeous? I don't know. All right, Big Rob, what do you think?
Gorga. It's a C- at best, honestly. It's
That good, huh?
it's I don't know. It's basically like uninspired. I get the idea. I get its objective, what the artist is trying to do. The colorist did a good job. I think the colors are correct. But it does parallels, you know, other side of the coin. Yeah, I understand all the little things he's trying to say here, but it doesn't do anything for you. I mean, there's been a billion World's Finest issues. You know, you really got to bring an interesting idea. It doesn't have to be the greatest art. It's just an interesting idea to the cover for you to even stop and look and purchase, especially a 1 in 25. And they're going to be charging you. Obviously, no one's going to charge you $25 for this shit. And so they're going to charge you $12, $13. But even $12, $13, you're like, I think I'd rather get cover A, and I just want to read what's going on in the story. So if I'm going to spend $12, $13, I want art that at least makes me think, and it gives me it lets me go back and pull this book out of my long box, like, oh, that's interesting art, and put it back. I would never look at this shit again in my life.
God, Jesus.
Wow. All right.
First the DMV poster, and now this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike, do you agree?
Yeah, I think a C- is being kind, to be honest with you. But I mean, it's not nearly as bad as the last one. So if that one was like hot garbage, this one's just like room temperature garbage. This one's not good either. But I at least applaud the effort to do something a little bit more complex. The concept isn't terrible. The execution's not great, but it's also not horrible. I would never buy it, not even if it were an A cover, that's for sure. But like, I wouldn't be embarrassed to own the cover.
I don't know about that.
I might be embarrassed to buy it, but I wouldn't be embarrassed to own it. There's a difference. If someone like sent it to me for free, I wouldn't try to hide it from people. But
You're not burning this one.
But no, I wouldn't burn this one. I would probably hand it back. It's not great. It's certainly not great art, but it's also not horrendous. I think C- is kind. I'd be in the D range. If the last one was an F, this is a D.
Cover A has the same art quality. It's just a more interesting idea, I think. It's just at least something to gives me.
I thought there was actually a pretty good World's Finest this time around. Wasn't there a good one? I could have sworn there was one good one.
This is issue 34, so they're deep into the story. Obviously, it's a popular book at issue 34. So.
It is. They were saying at the beginning of this run, this was really pretty good. So
yeah, the cover B is not bad by Paquette.
Yeah, A and B and C and D are all a lot better than this.
Oh, there's a
Damn.
there's a Nakayama. There's a
Zatanna.
That's pretty good. It's also not Nakayama's best, but it blows these away. That's for sure.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Jeff.
I actually like the concept. It's just executed terribly. I like this economy of Metropolis and Gotham, the reflections of like how these guys are on two sides of the coin, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the fact that these guys are all legs, like these short ass torsos, and then Superman looks like he's on roids. So yeah, there's some execution issues here. Yeah, I mean the art not necessarily bad. It's not inspiring. So yeah, I would pass on it. It is definitely not as bad as the last cover. So
And also being extra tough on it because it's an incentive that it doesn't deserve to be.
yeah,
If it were just an A cover, we probably would be like, meh, all right, whatever.
It's a C minus. C minus, easy.
it's definitely a DC incentive though.
Oh man, that's low, Jeff.
Yeah, well, they're pretty low on quality as well.
I would agree. I would agree. I would agree. Touche, sir. Touche. All right, moving on to the next one. We got Deadpool number 9, a 1 in 50 by Jessica Fong, that you can also get as a or B cover. Mike?
I'm fine with it as the A or B cover. I think that's there's nothing wrong with the Deadpool trade dress really for me, but the art's not bad actually. It's not great. I mean, it looks like a really good interior page and like a really good A, B, C cover. Kind of fun. Certainly not a 1 in 50. Again, I mean, I think both of these companies are on some sort of drugs, putting some of these pieces of art on these big incentives. But it's not terrible. It's just, but again, it's kind of, I don't know. I will say this: it is a different pose. Like it's not something I don't remember seeing anybody doing this on a cover ever. To be honest with you, so it's not like it was copied from anything. It's not like it was lifted off of another book or anything like that. So that's cool. So I dig it in that way, but it does really not a whole lot for me.
Okay.
I might buy the regular version of it though. I mean, if I were reading the book, I might choose that one off the shelf.
Maybe. All right, Jeff, what do you got?
Yeah, I mean,
Sorry.
Lady Deadpool doing yoga and stretching and getting her weapons ready to kill somebody. So that's kind of funny and cool in itself. It's like a little inside thing, but I just don't understand why it's 1 in 50. I don't understand why we needed even a virgin cover of this. I don't think it was necessary. So it's just a bad choice on Marvel again to do something like this.
I thought Lady Deadpool was blonde. Am I
That's
crazy?
what I thought too.
That's what I thought. Maybe it's a variant. Who knows?
No, it's not Lady Deadpool, right? It's the
Maybe it's Wade with the wig.
Oh no! It's Deadpool's daughter. That's what
Yeah.
it is.
Oh, that's right. Right.
That's what
Right.
Okay.
That makes a little more sense. I can see people wanting it because it's Deadpool's daughter.
Oh wait, it's not his daughter. Are you sure,
What?
Igor?
you said daughter, not daughter.
Daughter.
Doubter.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's not bad art. It's just I don't understand why this got a virgin. I don't understand why it's a 1 in 50. That's all.
Okay. What are your thoughts, Big Rob? Do you agree with the team?
If she's the colorist, I think she did a great job in coloring.
Mm-hmm.
Look.
Mhm.
The art itself, the actual line work, it's solid. Nothing wrong with it. Simple concept, very simple idea. It's just her. But if you try to look a little deeper into the simple idea of her just stretching, she's obviously stretching and preparing for battle. She's about to murder a bunch of people because she's Deadpool, right? So it's the calm before the storm kind of picture vibe here. But I love the coloring on it. I guess I'll probably die on this hill here, but I understand why you guys disagree on making simpler covers on incentives. But isn't that kind of the idea to put the kind of the covers that should never be on A covers? The mass audience is going to buy the A cover or the B cover, and that's how it works, right? Most of the reasons to buy those covers. So typically, the idea is you want the good art on cover A for the mass audience.
Mm-hmm.
for the deep psychotic collectors like us and other folks out there who watch this particular type of shows, they're gonna buy all the fucking covers. So you put something a little more weird, a little more different. It might be shadier art, but you could definitely experiment with some new artists on incentive covers, and that's probably the idea of how it's supposed to work. But I know for people, because people sometimes want to pay top dollar for this stuff, they want better art. But I don't think that's just how they thought it out. How they expect the better art to be on the cover. I don't know if that. I'm probably in the minority on that thought, but that's the way I see it. So should be executed. But
there's a decent Derek too for this one too. 1 in 100, I think.
No, I don't see a 1 in 100.
Well, there's one for $80-something. I'm assuming that's a 1 in 100.
Well, let's find out.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now in Midtown.
Yeah, there's nothing.
No,
Yeah, looking right at it.
there's a cover D, cover C, cover B, cover A.
It's cover E. Oh, sorry, that's number 8. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Boo.
Yeah,
This is volume 9. It's volume 9, number 8.
Yeah, this is volume 9, number 9.
I looked up Deadpool number 9, and that popped up. I'm done.
Yeah.
Web searching is hard, apparently.
and Igor, yes, it's supposed to be Deadpool's daughter. So yeah, we were mistaken originally.
Well, because Lady Pool would have the Aura Singh looking thing.
Ponytail, blonde hair.
Ponytail, yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next one. We have Catwoman number 71, a 1 in 50 by Frank Cho. Jeff, I believe you're up.
Yeah, nailed it. You know what? In this case, I guess I don't necessarily need a background because of the way the art is on this one, with the stylized, like the coloring or highlighting of the hair and the outfit and the cat. So it makes it stand out. Like everything else, I mean, it looks so good actually. Like everything, all the details on this woman is pretty awesome. The face looks like Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
So and she is one of my favorite actresses. So yeah, this is all day for me. I don't think you need to get the Virgin, but for Frank Cho, I might, because the A cover, if that is a minimal trade dress for the A cover, I would get that one, to be honest.
That is the minimal trade dress.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it is actually kind of rare to see a Virgin on a DC cover, though, because usually they go trade dress and minimal trade dress for the incentive of the same cover. So I dig it. I have nothing bad to say about it at all.
All right, Big Rob.
It's a great designer cover, right? It's basically a design cover here because it's like early concept art, like or just a very rough draft kind of vibe to it. And it's a cool cover. It's kind of a moment of unexpectedness. Unexpectedness. She's just vulnerable at this point, Catwoman. So, and it's a Frank Cho, very celebrated popular artist. You're not going to go wrong for buying this book for investment wise. You might want to wait. It might drop in value because it's a 1 in 50. It might be hot in the beginning, and then I unless this becomes a crazy book, I don't see how. But maybe I'm not in touch with the market on this particular one.
Wouldn't you think it'd be hard to get a 1 in 50 for number 71?
Yeah, but Catwoman incentives always sell well.
That's true.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. That's
true. It's one of those characters.
Yeah, my question is on cover A, why does she look like the Halle Berry Catwoman? Is that where the story is right now? Is that her outfit? Is she wearing the Halle Berry Catwoman outfit?
Not that I'm aware of.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I haven't picked up a Catwoman book in ages.
Yeah, because the cover A is basically looks like a Catwoman, like a Halle Berry Catwoman. Some of the other ones looks like more like the modern version of the Catwoman from the last Twilight Batman. But because that to me would be a big turnoff if it was Halle Berry outfit. I hate anything to do with that movie. So, but
I love the pencil shading.
yeah, the cross, what's cross catching? I think it's called.
Yeah. Mhm.
This the cross. Yeah,
So-
the word.
And Bruce stole my thunder on this one because I was going to mention this as well. This is done with a ballpoint pen. Ladies and
Shut up.
He has a whole book of these called Ballpoint Beauties.
Yep.
And dude, like, and all in like one take. They're just ballpoint. You can't erase that. It is what it is. What's on the page is on the page. So, I mean, granted, on a cover, he could go back and he could fix it digitally if he wanted to take something out that was really egregious. But unbelievable stuff. I mean, just the fact that he can do this with a ballpoint pen is it's crazy town. I don't even understand that. So
Yeah.
it's just a huge testament to his ability, his mastery, and I mean, these things are gorgeous. I highly recommend getting yourself that sketchbook if you get a chance to. It's kind of expensive. The Ballpoint Beauties one. There might be more than one of them now, but the original one has some of the best pieces of comic book artist art in it I've ever seen. And it's all like this. So
I don't know what it is. It looks like it has like there's this art style where you're shading and coloring in by just dotting it.
yep.
That's what this kind of looks like. Like it's that good. So I dig that too. But I think Big Rob was right on the style, the cross
catching.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
I want to give a shout out to Bruce as well, just on my own. He did me a huge solid this past week. I won't get specific because I don't know if he wants me to. But
Oh yes, that's right. He messaged me for your IG, so I sent him your IG because I knew you wanted that.
thank
There
you,
you go.
brother. I really, really, really appreciate it. You have no idea. I mean, those
Pointillism.
little
Yes,
those little
thank
things
you,
go on there.
Bruce.
Yeah, pointillism. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Georges Seurat used to do that with paint.
Oh my god, that would be awesome, Hyper.
Pointil Jeffism. Pointil Jeffism.
Yeah. Oh my, and see, look at that. Pointil Jeffism. Nice. Nice, Mike.
Jeff Doodles.
Yep. All right, moving on to the next one. We have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1 in 75 by Lee Bermejo. All right, Rob.
Something about turtles being real never works out, right? It's a little too fucking scary.
that kind of works for it though, right?
That's what we said last time. I think you weren't on the show when we saw the last one of these, and we said the same thing. It was so realistic, we were actually frightened.
It weirds you out. Yeah.
I'm glad I wasn't here.
It was just Donnie, I think.
Yeah, like that's Lee Bermejo, right? He is famous for his Spawn covers. He's famous for his he's a protege of what's his name, the Mr. Greasy oily artist who draws Mark Brooks. Like all his artists, all his subjects are just covered in oil and shit.
Well, he's Batawang, isn't he? Batawang? Didn't he
Probably.
do?
Batawang? I don't know.
I think
don't
that's
remember.
his book. I think he did the interiors on those.
This is a one. I'm so glad I got out of the TMNT game when the whole shit ended, the first run, because it was simpler times when it was just a cover A, cover B, a B from Eastman, cover A from Campbell, and a 1 in 10.
Yep.
I'm doing 1 in 75 now. That is fucking banana. I'm not competing in that fucking rat race. So I'm glad I'm out of that game.
Oh my god.
What's that?
Oh no, dude, it's
Damn, Hyper.
I ordered all the way up to 100 for TMNT. Whoa, damn, dude.
it's too much. I'm like it's at this point you're buying. You just can't be a 10 title guy anymore. You got to be really selective on what you're purchasing out there. Because if you're buying more than 10 titles, you're spending a fortune every week.
Yeah.
So because 5 years ago you could buy 10 titles a week and you'll be still fine. Even adding a couple of incentives here and there, but not anymore. It's just crazy. And 1 in 75, that's bananas. Yeah, this art's fucking scary. Too much oil on the subjects, and it's been done a million times.
Okay. Mike?
First, I'll clear up a point in the chat. Pointillism and stippling are both techniques that use dots to create an image, but they differ in several ways. Pointillism uses multiple colors, while stippling is usually done in black and white. Pointillism is typically done with paint and a brush, while stippling is usually done with pen and ink. Thank you, AI. I know I did it on purpose. I said it like that on purpose. So I like these covers. I think this brings out what TMNT would really look like if they were like down the street.
Real.
So, and I kind of dig that. Bermejo is the master. I love his work. I really do. Yeah, he does have a little bit of a shiny style sometimes that is a little off-putting for some things, but I think it kind of works for Turtles. I like it. I liked the last one that we saw, which was just one turtle. I think it was Donnie. It might have been Mikey. I forget. But I dig this. I really think it's kind of adding a cool, new, unique dimension to these books, taking it away from, because look, we've gotten the animated style a billion times, and I like that too. Don't get me wrong. And we've seen the Eastman style a billion times, and I like that too for these books. Actually, while I don't like his work on anything else, I do like it on these books. But Bermejo it just ups it a notch. 1 in 75, as Rob said, is bananas, and I can't see chasing a book like this, which is a shame. But at the end of the day, it probably deserves it. If there's gonna be a 1 in 75, this is a good piece to have it be. Tons of work went into this. I think it looks really good. It's worthy of the 1 in 75, even though I would never go after it.
So note, Mike likes bodybuilding turtles. Nice and
Damn right. Damn
There
right.
you go.
Damn
Mr.
right.
Olympia turtles.
Yep. It's my first search on all the sites.
Search that. All about turtles.
Yeah, exactly. When you type in turtle, this is not what you get.
No. Oiled up turtle. Yeah.
All right, Jeff.
It was Donnie. Okay.
I do like Bermejo art on this. I argue, I'm nitpicking here. I wish he didn't hide Leonardo behind Casey.
Yeah, he could have stuck his head out just a little bit more. Would have been.
Yeah, it could be a little higher, so you have a little more depth. I understand. Maybe
He wanted to prove that he could do turtle feet.
I guess so. Yeah. Well, I mean, you only get 2 toes or 3 toes or something like that. So
Yeah, you can't hide Donnie's foot, man.
Donnie got 2 feet right there. So
yeah. I understand why it's a little off-putting to see them more realistically looking, but I kind of appreciate that because the way the story went, it's as soon as people saw them, they freaked the hell out. So like, I like that fact. Like, that's what I want to see in Marvel when they in the movies. That's why I want to see mutants. I want to see them a little more grotesque, a little more detailed in that sense, just so it's and I'm not talking about like Cyclops or Wolverine. I'm talking like Nightcrawler and Toad and stuff like that. Like, I want them to be a little more grotesque because it frightens the people. So I kind of dig that in that sense. Yeah, so I like it, but I agree. 1 in 75, that is crazy town. I'm not going to pay that price for this, but I can see people doing it.
Okay. All right. Thank you. And that does it for the incentives for this week. But we have a ton of store exclusives.
A ton?
Okay. Not a ton, but a lot. Okay. So
more than
Ladies,
fine.
read as too many, ladies and gentlemen.
yes. So here we go. Let's start off with
Oh, fun.
Penthouse Comics number 6 that you can find at the 5 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. This is by Suspira Velchez, LE of 500, and it's going to cost you $30. Mike?
It's a cool style, actually. Obviously, it's super sexy, and it's a little bit too smutty for what I would want. But honestly, my biggest problem is the ridiculously perfectly spherical boobs. Like, that's not a thing. And so that's maybe my one problem. But I mean,
Are you sure about that?
Well, it's not a thing in real life. It might be a thing in like
In
silicone.
Penthouse, it is.
In California, it is. And
But,
Texas.
I mean, but if I'm looking at all the other stuff, first of all, I really like the sort of slashy paint style. I've always liked that. The face is incredible. The hair looks great. I like the way that the skin tones are done with multiple different slashes of color. I mean, I really think that the style is great. Vilches clearly has a lot of talent. I'm not sure I love the overall look of the cover. Yeah, it's sexy. Yeah, it's voluptuous and all that kind of thing. But we get that on all kinds of covers. So I don't necessarily care about that so much. The overall aesthetic of the cover is really beautiful. I think it's really nice. I kind of wish the boobs had been a little bit more realistic. Or a little bit more naturally realistic, anyway. And I think I would have really loved this cover.
Okay. All right. What about you, Big Rob? Do you agree with the boobies?
Tomato. It's all the same in the end.
Yeah, they're that shape. Yes.
I appreciate it. It's a woman drawing a sexy woman, so that it's a different view, right? It's a different.
She's kind of drawing herself a little bit too, maybe.
That's
A little bit, yes.
like.
Yeah, she kind of looked at the mirror. I'm pretty sure she used, at least for the face, a live action person. She got that face from a real person somewhere. That's but this is the only comic book that should have this kind of art on Penthouse Comics. That makes sense to have it on Penthouse Comics. I wouldn't disagree there. Like, okay, that's good. They put this on fucking every other book. I'm like, that's a little. Oh, that's too much, you could say. Went to the 500, maybe. No, it is the Five Horsemen of the Apocalypse. The art itself, it's really nice, well done. The body is well drawn. Her right arm missing like that, it's kind of awkward. I wish I could see a little more of the elbow or the shoulder.
It's what would push her boobs out, though. Putting her arm back behind her like that.
Yeah, but the shoulder, that shoulder should be showing a little more. It's a little missing there. Yeah, so I love the little touch of the rose holding the hair and the bat. I don't know what's going on there. I guess it's part of the story. But I like the artistic, sexy look here on Suspiria Vilcich. That's an interesting name.
The decal is great, by the way. Was the runner-up in Cover Fire this week.
Penthouse
Cover Fire.
They've been doing good art on their covers in general.
Yep, agreed.
All right, Jeff.
Yeah, like everything, art-wise. I don't know who mentioned it, but I was gonna say she had man hands, but I think she got Frankenstein hands. Yeah, that's it looks swollen and
go on.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
What else looks swollen there, Jeff?
Seriously. Don't look down. Don't look down.
Her lips are quite swollen.
Go on. Go on, sir.
What else?
That bat's a little swollen too. I like the art too. So I don't know if I paid $30 for it. This is not for me.
Not $30 though.
Yeah, this is not for me. I could see it being $20, but yeah, $30 is a bit much.
They're pushing it, yeah.
Okay. And this is definitely Alonzo approved.
Damn
yeah,
right.
it is.
2 copies minimum.
Yep. All right, here we go. Next up, we have The Amazing Spider-Man number 65 by Mateus Manhanini. That you can find an Unknown and Sleeping Giant, L.E. Who Knows, Cost Who Knows, Big Rob.
Mateus Manhanini. That's not AKA AI. No, we'll see. Well, Throne covers are always very popular. Throne, any character on Throne will always sell well. As an action figure world, statue world, comic book world as well. Nothing wrong. Traditional Catwoman look, very classic look. The edges are a little sharp on all the proportions of her body, which is just an artistic decision, I guess. But it's okay. It's a solid C+, B-, in my opinion. But how much did it cost? We don't know the price, huh, Alonzo?
I don't. At least not as when I created the deck.
Yeah, hopefully not more.
Bet you the set is like $35 to $40.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say, now I hope it's not more than 30, but because it should be 20 for the Virgin and 10 for the trade. If it's more than that, you're overpaying. Don't buy it. So It's okay in general. Nothing to write home about. When there's, like Alonso said, there's a million books out there on the store exclusives. You can save your money by something better. I'm pretty sure.
All right. What about you, Jeff?
Yeah, I feel like she's going to snap her right leg in half because that is one small calf and leg with really thick thighs.
Mhm.
And there's nothing wrong with the thick thighs.
I was about to say, Jeff.
Yeah, I think Big Rob nailed it. Like it's too sharp on the edges. Her right foot looks really weird.
It's almost like McFarlane action figures. Fucking small little calves and giant ass torso.
It's like no give. Yeah, it's definitely falling over. I do like the rest of the art. I'm afraid of what the price would be. I would probably pay $10 at the most for the trade dress, but I don't think it's gonna be just $10 because it's like unknown.
Hmm.
And unknown usually I think they're like $15 for the trade dress.
Could be.
Yeah, with 35, that's too much for me.
Yeah.
All right, Mike.
So I don't hate it. I like Montanini's work in general. And I think that there's some real painting talent there. And I also like the fact that there's some attention to background details and some of the edge work and even that foreground brick to give it some depth. Then there are other areas where the detail's kind of missing, like in the I'm assuming that's money or that's a bow. I don't know what that is.
Oh yeah.
But some of the stuff down there in that section is a little bit meh to me. I like the idea of putting her on a big money bag as a throne. That's interesting too. I think there's a lot of cool depth and angles and things that are obviously very stylistic that I like. It doesn't feel like a store exclusive, which is a good mark for me rather than a bad one. I also like the fact that background is facets like a diamond, which is pretty cool. There's a lot of really cool touches on this one. A lot of little extra stuff that show me that Mateus took some time on this one rather than just phoning it in. So for that reason, I like it. But again, it doesn't really do anything new or interesting enough for me to want to pay what I would imagine is probably more like $45 or $50 for this set. And I think that's crazy town. I really am not sure, unless a book really blows you away these days, like really blows you away. I can't imagine paying that for a set of any of these things that we all know will all go on sale. There will be extras of all of them, especially the trade dress one. So I don't know. Big pass for me. Not interesting enough, but I do like the art overall, and I do appreciate the attention to detail on it.
Okay, very nice.
I do want to say one thing about Amazing Spider. I give Marvel kudos for not rebooting this run and start back at like a lot of times we'll be back in one and back in one. They're at 665. That's kind of deep into a run. It just unfortunately it's like probably the worst run ever in Amazing Spider-Man.
And the backhand just shows up.
Yeah, right.
Nice. All right. What do you think about this one? It's Magic #1 by Alexander Lozano. Set, who knows how many they are? Maybe 3,000, 1,000. I have no idea. And the cost is $35. Jeff?
She's got the Lady Gaga extension.
Yeah, right.
Wow. I'm okay with the stylization. I kind of like the stylization. I know Alonso's upset because she doesn't have big boobs. Sorry, Alonso.
Okay, it's all right. You're
She has a big belt.
She does have a big belt.
Yeah, she does. I dig the dragon, the little oh God, what is the dragon's name?
Lockheed?
Yes, Lockheed.
That's it.
Lucky Martin.
Yeah. I really like that. Obviously the sword is fine. So I'm not too upset about it, but it does look kind of digital. Like her face looks digital. But if that's drawn, it's a good job. She's also got a lot of bangs, so yeah, it's just okay, and I just wouldn't pay $35 for this.
Never.
All right, Mike.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I mean, I would never pay $35 for this, but I do like the style. I mean, I think it all looks a little too digital for me, but as far as the actual art style goes, I don't hate it. There's a lot of cool shapes and use of space and just cool use of geometry on this cover. But some of it doesn't really work all that well. The back of her head and all that hair is too much. There's no way there's that much cranium back there. So for all that hair. And I think the foreshortening on her arm, even though I know that's right, the armored arm, I'm assuming.
Yes.
I know that that's supposed to be bigger, but at least when she has that sword. But I think it's still too big in comparison to the rest of her body. I think that arm snaps her body in half. So it just doesn't work all around for me. But I'm being super nitpicky. I think the overall look of the cover is kind of cool, actually. But certainly not for $35. Maybe the trade dress one for like 10 I might throw at it, which I know it'll never be, but otherwise it would be a hard pass for me.
All right, Big Rob.
Yeah, the arm and the Lady Gaga reference takes me out of it immediately. I like the orange. This book has written Black Friday 2025 written all over it. I just wait. You'll get a discount for probably $15 for the set or some shit like that. So
I just want to just really quickly just add, like, what is the ear doing? I think you could just
What, the
put
ear?
hair on top of it. I mean, this is weird, just sticking out there just like this.
And her ears are hot.
Right? Right? Someone is talking about her.
Or she's farting all over the place.
And the belt is like a bow. You just want to unwrap. I'm just saying.
That belt's
Wow.
Just saying.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the Venom moves and all that shit too. So
She looks like an elf with the ears.
Yeah.
it's okay, but it's just definitely wait and see if you really want it or skip it completely.
I dig
All
the
right.
gauntlet hand though. It's pretty good.
All right, moving on to the next one here. Chad, you just stole my thunder. We have Batman New 52 #1. It's the reprint. So this is the one with Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo. And you can find this at the Five Horsemen by Natalie Sanders. LE of 700, cost of $35. All right, Mike, what do you got?
Muted, Mike.
Sorry. I actually kind of like this one, to be honest with you. I don't, put it to the side and say I don't like it enough to pay $35 for it. And there's not 700 of them. It's still a DC book. There are still 3,000, 1,000 of these books. But I do like some of the touches. I like the colored lights. I like the background. I like it feels cold. I think there's really good detail on all of it. I like the texture of the suit. I think that's done well. The lights on her belt are really funny. The guns aren't great, but overall, I think it's actually a pretty good Sanders. We haven't really gotten a good Sanders in a while, and we went through that long run of her doing all those Cosmopolitan cover looking things, which I was really sick of. So I'm happy to see her kind of do something that isn't that. I don't know. It does feel very store exclusive-y though, to me, which is sort of a problem. But it doesn't feel digital. It doesn't feel like flat or plastic like a lot of the other ones do. So it's a step up, that's for sure. I think this would be worth every penny at $20, but I mean this $35 thing for a fake print run disclosure is just like ridiculous to me. I mean, do people really fall for that? Like, do people really think this is worth $35?
They destroy them. We have video proof.
I've never seen any. Have you ever seen any video proof of it?
They've
Never.
shown some of it, but how much can you show in a video proof? Right, you're going to show 20, 30 copies you destroyed, but there is another couple thousand copies you have in the bag.
No, I want to see boxes on fire. Like, I want to see them open the boxes, show me what's in them, flip through real fast, and then light the boxes on fire. That's what I want to see.
Well, it's not even just that. Like, who's to say that whatever they burn weren't already terrible copies that they were going to return anyways?
Right. Because they get a certain like 5% extra for damages anyway.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, there's no extra.
so burn those, and you're not out a single book. Big deal. That's not proof. That doesn't prove anything to me. So please, folks, do not be fooled. There are not 700 copies of this. There are at least 1,000 of them, which means that there were probably 3,000 of something in order for them to get 1,000 of these, even if they got away with that, which is probably not true. There are probably 3,000 copies of this.
It doesn't the publisher does reserve the right to reprint it if they wish,
They do.
and also the artist has the right to get their own print run if they wish.
Yes,
I think a smaller print run, but they still have their own. Yeah,
and Marvel does the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes that works out in your favor. Like, for instance, the Sienkiewicz piece that I have that we did a cover for New Mutants, Marvel actually printed that in the trade paperback, which is really rare for them to put a store exclusive into a trade paperback in the back there in the cover gallery.
Yeah,
But
it's a good
I think
cover.
it was-
Yeah. If
Because
it's a
it
good
was-
cover, they'll add it to a trade paperback or omnibus, no matter what.
Yes, right. But I'm just saying that, yes, they can use it, in perpetuity for whatever they want to use it for. They essentially own rights to use it.
Yeah, they bought it, right? So that's theirs. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. So, but it's a good piece. It's one of the better Sanders I've seen in a long time. I like it.
I completely agree with Mike. It's one of her better ones in a while. I don't mind the model look. She's a really sexy, cool model cosplaying as Harley Quinn, but it's still cool. It's the right season. It's a Christmas season. Hits the right vibes. I love the Christmas lights. She dropped a little bit of the kind of misty fog over the whole cover, which kind of helps not make it so digital looking and give you that store exclusive vibe. It's a nice kind of just digital art, but it has a little bit of that filter. It makes it just a little different. And I love the background, and she's the way she drew the leather on her body, tight leather. I don't know how she got that on. And it's cool, and I love the guns, the little cork guns, little touch stuff.
Little pop gun. All right, Jeff.
Yeah, no, I agree with everybody. This is good art. I like the choices she made, where she has this like Santa cape hood with but shaped as a Harley Quinn with her Harlequin outfit. I dig that. I like what Big Rob said. Yeah, it looks like it's kind of dusted over, fogged over, but if you've ever been in snow and it's super windy, it kicks up and it kind of makes like a fog. So I mean, it looks natural. It's funny to me. Where's Ra's al Ghul? What's that place called? But you know what I'm talking about.
He has several locations though. He has some in the desert, some in the snow. So
yeah, this is kind of no. That's inside the.
Oh,
that's Lazarus Pit's inside. Yeah. The actual location, I'm not sure.
Yeah, this is like supposedly like where Batman trained Bruce Wayne. But yeah, it kind of looks like she's about to go wreck shop there, but she turns around and does a pose before she goes kills people. So it's funny and cool and weird. But
if it is Ra's al Ghul's place, that's hilarious because he put Christmas lights on it. So
yes, yeah. No way in God's green earth I'm paying $35 for a reprint of any book. Just I don't care how good the art is.
Didn't even think of that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a reprint too.
And it doesn't even fit the theme of the New 52 #1. Someone said it earlier, like, why would she be on the cover like this on a reprint? That's the start of the Court of Owls story. So, yeah,
wrong book to put it on though. That's for sure.
Yep. All right, moving on to the next one. TMNT #6 by Sozo Maeka. LE of 300, cost of $30. Just as an FYI, it is sold out.
Of course it is.
Yep, Big Rob.
I came close to buying this. I was sitting there contemplating it because I haven't bought a Source exclusive in many moons. This is one of the better ones I've seen in a long time. The limitation really also is attractive. The very hot artist, Soso Maika. In the end, I looked at him and said, It's just April O'Neil. Do I really need it that bad? And I don't. So, but the art itself is brilliant. It's April O'Neil in the end. Bad, wrong subject.
Okay. All right. What about you, Jeff?
She's one of my favorite new artists in the last 4 or 5 years. I dig her choices. The fact that she's holding the bandanas or the of all 4 turtles, that's really cool. I mean, they're there, but they're not. And that definitely is the style of the pizza that they eat, the box. So I mean, it's good. I guess if you really enjoy art from a particular artist, I can see why you would pay $30, especially with the limitation.
Yeah.
I've seen worse prices for that kind of limitation, but it's really good. I kind of with Big Rob, I like it, but I don't know if I like it enough to buy it. I'm it would be a coin flip for me at that point.
Okay. What about you, Mike?
Social Maniacs would definitely buy this in a heartbeat.
What's that?
The so hardcore fan base would definitely should buy.
Oh, yeah.
Should buy this, yeah.
Good price point for her hardcore fans for sure.
Agreed, and I'm right with those guys. Like, almost exactly with what they said. I mean, the art is good. Sozo is hot. So is her art. And I mean, come on, she knows it.
You're not wrong.
That's a good picture of her.
And this is a really good piece, especially for fans. I mean, it hits a bunch of different feels, I guess, especially the pizza boxes that are correct. And she looks great, right color top, like all the things. It works. It's a really good piece. I like it. And I'm basically exactly the same. I had my finger on the trigger as well, and I did exactly what Rob did. I'm like, do I need an April O'Neil cover? I really don't. I've done the same thing with, like, I've had a carded April O'Neil figure in my hand a couple of times, like an original one from whatever.
Always put it back.
And I always put it back, like every single time. I always put it back. So, and it's basically the exact same problem. So it's a no for me because of that. But overall, I'm not at all shocked that it's sold out. I would have expected it to be. And it's a good piece. People should be pretty happy with it when they get it, especially if that LE is real, which it probably is, or pretty close.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Yeah, when you're in that position, you're like Splinter, April.
Yeah, right.
Splinter.
Yeah,
I'll take the rap.
Yeah, dude, I'll take Bebop, Rocksteady. Like, I'll take a lot of other figures first.
Oh yeah, pretty much anybody else over April. Pretty much.
Her figure's really terrible too, by the way, ladies and
It's
gentlemen.
one of the worst.
Yeah, it's really awful.
All right. How about this one? We have Witchblade number 7 by Tyler Kirkman, who's homaging himself. I mean, this one you can find at the 5 Horsemen of the Apocalypse, LE 450, with a cost of $25. All right. Who wants to do this one?
I want to go first. Tyler,
there you go.
Tyler, you are not good enough or well known enough to homage yourself, bro. You're just not. You're not a legend. Stop it. Just stop it. Stop it now. Also, can we get another angle besides straight on from him? Is that possible? Like, do they exist?
He has better angles, yeah.
I mean, seriously, like, I know he's homaging a cover that he already did, but dude, come on, like, turn a character a little bit. I don't know. Give me something.
3/4, halfway.
It looks like, I mean, it works because it looks like 90s art on a Witchblade book. So that's not necessarily a compliment, but it's also not necessarily a dig. It works perfectly for this book. There's some cool details here and there. Tyler's a good artist, don't get me wrong. But I mean, to homage yourself is awfully arrogant. And I think because you're essentially telling everyone that your original is a classic. When you homage it. So are we saying that, Tyler? Is that what we're saying? I want you to answer. I'm not going to answer for you. I'm going to let you go. You do your thing. Yeah. So this is a big no for me. I think I've pretty much said what he's trying to pull. Silvestri. Silvestri's a legend though. And that cover is
He earned it, yeah.
Super
Sylvester.
famous. He earned the homage on that one. That's super fine. Even Hughes does it too sometimes. Like, fine, no problem. You guys are at that level. Tyler, you're not there. Sorry, bro. You're just not there. You're not a bad artist. You're a very good artist, but you're not Alan Silvestri. You're just not. So so yeah. So as far as basically it's a no because of the arrogance of doing this in the first place. So
Okay. All right. What about you, Big Rob?
Which one's cheaper? Like, is the original one cheaper at this point?
The original one is probably cheaper.
You're
Buy
probably
the original.
right.
It's the fucking original one. So it's like, and it's better lit. It's better colored. The trade dress looks better. So just go with the original. I'm like $25 for a Witchblade. What number is it? 7? No. Who's buying Witchblade 7? So the art, it's perfectly fine art. It's literally the same fucking art. So just buy the first one, like I said. But nothing wrong with the art. It's just I don't want Top Cow in the middle of my fucking comic book. It's just not something I'm attracted to. That's gonna turn me on. Top Cow.
It's saying that her jugs of milk are top notch.
Oh
No,
No, I'm saying it's Top
Sure.
Cow Comics, and that's no one in their right mind is wearing a Top Cow Comics t-shirt, especially no sexy chick.
all right, Jeff.
or any chick.
Yeah, any girl in general is wearing a Top Cow Comics.
Yeah. I don't understand how he calls it homaging himself at just his style. Why would you like? It's like every Whatnot cover that he does, right? You get the half profile of him, like the straight on, half of them bloody or beat up. It's just his style, and it's why he has the audacity to charge $25 for a remake of a cover that he did. That's nuts too. Especially like you guys said, it's the number one's probably worth a lot less than $25. So why not get the original? So yeah.
I just want to say that this, to me, looks like an exact copy and paste.
Yeah. Just
Of what he
different
did.
colors.
Oh, the line work, yeah. You just
So if this
recolored.
was digital, he probably had the original and just said, "Oh, let's just repurpose this. I'll just put the night sky instead of it being day. I'll add the Top Cow logo and maybe change her hair color a little bit. I'm done. That's it."
Yeah, he recolored the book. That's what he did. That's all.
Yeah, to be honest, it looks exactly the same. He copied and pasted it.
Well, there is a pretty good amount of people out there who are Witchblade fans, so they're the ones probably buying this. So
Yeah.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, Dale.
Sweet dreams.
Good night.
Sweet dreams, bye. He said that, everybody.
Oh my goodness. All right. So I believe that does it for our like even Igor's like good night, Dale. All right, all right. Yes, he did phone it in. Thanks, Bruce.
Yeah.
All right. I think that does it for our store exclusives. Thank you. We made it.
Goodness.
Sorry about that, but there was a lot of stuff that kind of just came in, and I was like, you know what? I think, well, let's trash it. So, so here we go, and now we know we are getting cover fire. So let's go on.
We are getting cover fire this week. It's actually a fairly lengthy one. There's 19 covers on there this time around.
Damn.
Yeah. Now, granted, the ones in my worth a second look are just, they're some, your mileage may vary. There's a few things that I like that you might not like, and then vice versa. But I think there's some pretty solid ones in the top 5 or 6. So check it out. That's tomorrow, late morning, early afternoon, depending on your time zone over there on CBSI. That's comicbookinvest.com, where everything is free because we are A, crazy, and B, because it's fun for us. So go check out that article. It's my favorites of non-incentive, non-exclusive covers for the week. So A and B covers, $5, $6, $7 covers. And I spoiled a couple of them for you tonight, but they are there, and they will be there waiting for you tomorrow.
All right. Thank you very much, Mike.
Very
Definitely
nice.
appreciate it. Mike, you want to give a little disclaimer really quickly? Because I think Wilfredo's really hurting.
Oof. Yeah, artists might have been harmed.
Well, Fredo's looking for Mike.
but not
But not at a con, though, right? Not at a con.
no artists were permanently harmed in the making of this podcast.
You see Wilfredo on the list, don't go, Mike.
Wilfredo, bro, I am sorry. I'll buy you a drink. I owe you a drink.
They might have been
I
scarred.
owe you a top shelf drink. Actually, I owe you a top shelf drink. So, yeah, there's that. And we could talk art all night.
Blue
All
label.
right, all right. Gotta love it.
Because I'm sure
All
that's
right.
exactly what you want to do. I'm sure that's exactly how you want to spend your night with me over a drink talking about art.
Why is your art stuff so bad?
Oh my god, yes.
Sorry, I got a little off the rails on that
Ooh.
one. I'm sorry.
Look at that. Ooh.
Yes, Bruce, I absolutely will. And thanks again. You have no idea how much I appreciate that.
I could do another Witchblade in spite. Yes. He's gonna homage his homage.
I wasn't mean to his art. I was mean to him. There's a difference.
It's not the first time he's homaged his own art. It's not the first time, especially on Witchblade.
It better be glow in the dark or sparkle or something.
There you go. Sparkle. I like that.
Tough times, man.
Yep. All right. As always, before we head on out, I got to give quick shout outs to our sponsors, Cover Price. Use code Nirvana14 for 30 days of unlimited cover price for only 99 cents. And then head over to Bird City Comics and use code word TNH10 to save yourself 10% off your entire purchase. And of course, our friend Sean at DisplayGeek.com. Use code word Team Nerd Herd to save 10% off your very first purchase. Get nice display cases like Jeff has in his beautiful background over at DisplayGeek.com. All right. Yes, Igor, at least it's not battle damaged. I've seen a bunch of those Robins, Batmans, and whatever. All right. Big Rob, I haven't seen you in a while, so could you please take us out? And a quick thank you for the chat and for you gentlemen. Thank you for getting through this. Definitely appreciate it. All right, Rob.
And if you want to do it right, be a comic cover whore for life.